Hello YouTube and welcome to my new challenge mode level 1 Shedinjas challenge. Shedinja is a Pokemon that has 1 HP and can only get hit by super effective moves. There are 5 types: Dark, Ghost, Flying, Fire, and Rock. As for challenge mode, the AI is smarter, enemy Pokemon are at higher levels, opponents have more Pokemon and they all have max IVs, better held items, and in cases like the Elite Four, each Pokemon has one. So how bad can it really be?
Yeah, no, you're fine.
To quickly go over the rules, only level 1 Shedinjas, no in-battle items, and once again, I will be naming my Pokemon after you guys, randomly selected from previous comments. If I had to guess how far I can get, I would say I'm 100% sure I can make it out of the house. So let's start with the challenge. The game starts with our mom, as she wakes us up. What? I'll be using a tool to get my Shedinjas to level 1, and to get my team early on, since you can't trade before the first gym. I have a total of 9 different Shedinjas that I plan on using throughout this challenge. Also, the game is currently on 1% XP gain, I couldn't find a no XP version, and I will reset my experience after each battle. I finally win a first rival battle, and only because he can't attack me. We'll get introduced to the Pokemon Center, witness this guy break his knees twice, no wonder he's no longer the champion, and then head to the gym. In challenge mode, Sharon has 3 Pokemon and his first Pokemon has a dark type move, Bite, so he can't attack me. I rely on Quick Claw to go first or reset the battle otherwise, and I go for Grudge. If a Pokemon dies from an attack, Grudge will make the last move used run out of PP. This can help me get rid of the enemy's super effective moves. My initial plan was, once the opponent's first Pokemon runs out of moves that can hit me, I will raise my evasion and then defeat the rest of the team, but in challenge mode, the AI is smart and switches out to another Pokemon when that happens. That is both good and bad. The good part is I get a free turn when he switches out. The bad news? You will find out later. After his Pokemon run out of super effective moves, the battle is as good as over for him. He can't hit me and all the moves are either non-attacking moves or get blocked with my ability Wonder Guard. Not bad, we're able to outsmart this one, the rest however will not be the same. We get our first Zoom call. This guy wants to be an actor / pilot. If you ever need to explain midlife crisis, this is it. Turns out it's genetic and his daughter is a rock star / gym leader. I too try to become an astronaut / supervillain. Instead, I write PHP and do YouTube on my free time. By the way, if you don't know what PHP is, consider yourself lucky. Compared to her singing voice, Roxy is not terrible. She starts with coughing that knows Assurance, a dark type move, so 1 Grudge, and she's harmless. Her only other super effective move is on her Whirlipede's rollout, so I expected the switch and went for Grudge again. This will make rollout run out of PP, but it's a move that keeps on going multiple turns, so until she misses, I'm still in danger. I try to sacrifice my least important Shedinjas first and keep the ones that know Will-O-Wisp last. I finally dodge it, but the fight is not over yet. This was the easy part. I need to do 2 things here. Maximize my evasion, and since she decided to spam Protect until she finishes all 8 of them, this is a good time to do that. Then I need to take her Whirlipede down as slow as possible because I want to make sure that she uses her healing items on it. Because next is her Grimer, which is a problem for me because it knows Poison Gas. Poison attacks I don't mind because they're not super effective, but Poison Gas is one of the status inflecting moves and these are not countered by Wonder Guard. So even if they're not super effective, they will easily kill me. And I can't even use Grudge against them because Grudge doesn't work when the damage is done at the end of the turn. So you can see how difficult things can get. Things are getting harder already, but so far so good. Once only her coughing is remaining, the battle is as good as over. I try to delay getting them burned so that they will deal more damage and confusion, but that's not big a deal as long as I'm safe. That guy liked my battling skills so much, he decided to make me an actor. You heard that right. Nice place. Next gym leader. He starts with Dwebble. It has 3 super effective moves, but only 2 of them deal damage. I decided to get him confused so that I can hopefully get him to attack himself. I was lucky with my second Shedinja as I went first with Quick Claw, so there goes one of his moves. On my next Shedinja, he attacks himself twice, so I was able to use Grudge. That's his second super effective move, so now I can expect the switch. Out of his 3 other Pokemon, I have 2 more moves that I need to take care of, and both of them are Aerial Aces. Aerial Ace bypasses evasion, so I don't have hope of winning this fight if I don't get rid of them first. By the time I was able to get rid of his last Aerial Ace, I only had 1 Shedinja alive against his entire team, which consists of 4 Pokemon. Did you know you can use Swagger even if the Pokemon is already confused? It doesn't reapply the confusion, but it does raise their attack, so they deal more damage to themselves. I was lucky that I had just enough Shedinjas to get rid of his attacks, but I clearly need to come up with something else if I want to make it further, starting with the next gym. But I need to make it there first. We head to the gym just to realize that wasn't it. Next is everyone's favorite gym leader. Alright, this battle can be divided into two parts. The first one is getting rid of her Emolga. The second part is a little easier if my plan works out. The plan was to get her Emolga confused first, just like in the last gym, but I noticed every time I restart the battle, once I get my first Quick Claw, the second Shedinja's Quick Claw activates as well. I guess that's a bug. Looks like I have 7 bugs on my side. I get rid of both of her super effective moves, Aerial Ace and Pursuit. Since I can expect her to switch, I go for a specific Shedinja that holds the item Lagging Tail. Now that I get a free turn, I'm able to use Trick. This is a move that switches items with the opponent, so now her Zebra has it, which will make it go last as long as she doesn't use a priority attack. Not only does that buy me a second turn, but now I outspeed it with my next Shedinjas. That thing only has 2 moves that are super effective, so with that I managed to get rid of all her attacking moves. Again, I'm not done with the fight yet, but at least I have a chance now. The problem now is that her Fluffy has Confuse Ray, a 100% accurate move that gets me confused, and if I attack myself once, I'm dead. That's why I try to raise my evasion before she brings it out, and hope I don't attack myself in confusion. 2 remaining Shedinjas versus her 4 Pokemon. I don't have any moves that make contact with the opponent, so I don't have to worry about static. With max evasion, I managed to dodge 5 Confuse Ray, but she eventually gets me confused. I don't attack myself in confusion however, and I don't get confused for long. After several turns, it goes down. Finally, I take down her last threat. She still has half her team, but none of them can attack me now, so this fight is over. 4 down, 4 more to go. One of the things that involve a lot of luck in these challenges are double battles. That's why they can be really annoying.
Oh, come on!
Did you know you can show your HP in triple and rotation battles by pressing start? Turns out I still have 1 HP. This battle was not easy, but I was able to take advantage of a few things here. 1. His Sigilif only knows 1 move that can hit me, so if I use Grudge, he'll be useless. But he still keeps on rotating to him for some reason, so that gives me a few free turns. 2. If a Pokemon gets confused, they remain confused even if they rotate, so I can have all 3 of them confused at once. Lastly, and that is the most important one, stats do not reset if I rotate a Pokemon, so once I manage to get my evasion to maximum, it will remain. With that in mind, and after many attempts, I take him down. Hello? This gym has a lot of dark and rock moves, but if you count the ones that actually deal damage, they will be exactly 5. If I don't count Sandstorm, that is 4 moves, 1 on each of his Pokemon, so this works perfectly well for me, because once I get my first Quick Claw, the next few turns are predictable, as he will switch afterwards to the next Pokemon, giving me a free turn each time to use Grudge. 4 moves down, now the battle begins. I will take my time with his Excadrill because I want him to waste his healing item on it, because next is his Krokorok, his last threat with Sandstorm. Wonder Guard doesn't protect me from weather conditions, so Sandstorm can wipe my entire team each in 1 turn. So what can I do here? Is that it? Not really. There's something special in this Shedinja's moveset, and that is it knows Sunny Day. I realized Sunny Day is one of the 2 weather moves that Shedinja learns, however this one does not deal damage. I still need to predict his moves however, because he likes to use Torment first, which prevents me from using the same move twice in a row, so I have to time my Sunny Days. It did not help that I made a mistake and used Will-O-Wisp because I usually try and poison him to take him down faster, but he attacks himself in confusion on the last turn, so things work out. With my last Shedinja, I take down the rest of his 2 Pokemon.
Screw it, I tried.
I can't believe things are working out, and next we have a different kind of challenge. I have to defeat the World Tournament using 3 mosquitoes. We start with Hugh. His team only has 2 moves that can hit me, so with my first 2 Shedinjas I have to stop his attacks. But the fight is still not won yet. After I take down his first Pokemon, Tranquil remains and it has Taunt. Taunt forces you to only use attacking moves, and since I don't have any, I'll be forced to use Struggle. If I land 1 attack, I'm dead. Luckily for me, he counters himself, because once he uses Taunt, he keeps on using Detect. Believe it or not, that was enough for me to get out of taunt, and thanks to the confusion and poison damage, he goes down. Second battle. He also has only 2 super effective moves, but this time one of them is on his first Pokemon, so I had to go first with Quick Claw, or I had to reset all over again otherwise. However, if I don't get Quick Claw, I would just try my luck with the second Shedinja, since I was desperate. I do manage to get it, but now I only have 1 Shedinja, and his Watchog still has Bite. That's why I don't bother with Grudge, and went for Swagger on my free turn as he switches in. I got lucky and he attacked himself twice in a row, which was enough to take him down. That was even better than my original plan, since Watchog has Confuse Ray, so even after Grudge, he would still be a risk. 2 more Pokemon remaining, but this fight is over. The last opponent doesn't have any super effective moves, so aside from Supersonic, the fight was easy. Next is the Flying Gym, which is one of the types that can take me down. I knew I should have picked the girl. With a team full of flying Pokemon, no way I can make it. But only 4 moves. This means my strategy still works here. She has 4 Pokemon, each with 1 super effective move, so after my first turn, I guarantee to clear out her attacks. Her Swoobat also has Attract, which could be annoying, but Shedinja's genderless, so moves like Attract don't affect us. I make sure I keep my Shedinjas with Will-O-Wisp because her Skarmory is Steel type. Now, even though the fight is not risky anymore, it still takes a while to take her down. Because Sigilith doesn't take damage from Toxic thanks to its ability, so I have to wait for it to attack itself. Swaina can get poisoned, but delays it by spamming Roost. I was hoping she heals it in the process so she doesn't heal Skarmory, but that never happens. Swoobat wasn't an issue, and of course Skarmory takes ages to die, especially that she heals it with Hyper Potion, but after many turns, it goes down. 6 badges down, 2 more to go. Story time, where we learn that some Pokemon can eat people, and the next gym leader actually wrestles with his Pokemon to toughen up. That's not weird. We encounter a legendary.
No.
Out of all the gym leaders, I did not expect this one to be the worst of them. I died so many times, but you know what they say.
Whatever kills me makes me stronger.
Drayden is next, and it's almost impossible to beat him with my normal strategy. He has 6 super effective moves, so not only am I outnumbered, but some of his Pokemon have 2 moves that can kill me. Plus, even if I make it this far, he has a Haxorus that has the ability Mold Breaker, which ignores my ability Wander Guard. I can get hit with any move from him. So I decided to try and replace Double Team for 5 of my Shedinjas and replace it with Flash. Just for this fight, since TMs can be reused. The plan here is to prevent him from switching his first Pokemon while raising my evasion to max. I had several ways to do this, but I decided to get him confused with my first Shedinja, then use Trick to switch his Berry with my Lagging Tail. This guarantees that I can use Flash against him at least 4 times, but he uses Rock Slide, which is already an inaccurate move, so I can easily get 6 Flashes before he kills my 5 Shedinjas. With my last Shedinja, I get him confused again and try to raise my evasion to maximum. I managed to get him to use his Hyper Potion on Druddigon, which is perfect because I don't want him to use it later. With my max evasion and confusion, I try to take down the rest of his Pokemon. Altaria only has Fire Blast, which is 85% accurate, and it goes well for me as I take him down in 4 turns. His Flygon is next, and it has Rock Slide, so I hope it goes for it, but he decides to go for Crunch instead. This can be risky. But I managed to take him down, and I reached level 2, no one can stop us now. His worst Pokemon is last. It's Haxorus that I'm worried about, because remember, due to his ability, any of his moves can hit me. I don't risk it and get him confused first. I know he has very strong physical attack, so I was hoping if I raised his attack a few times, he would take himself down faster. 1 hit takes him down to half HP, and he ended up attacking himself a second time, winning me the fight. One very long story later... am I still playing Pokemon? Marlin has 4 super effective moves, but his first Pokemon doesn't have any, and that's what makes this fight easy. I start with a Shedinja that knows Trick, since he swaps to his Caracosta, the Pokemon with 2 super effective moves, and his most dangerous one. Now that I outspeed him, I can get rid of both of his attacks. His Gel Scent is next, and Mantine follows right after. I don't know why the AI tries to go for an attack once or twice before switching out. It helps a little in some cases, but before I got used to it, it will sometimes throw me off. And to be honest, I get scared a little bit, thinking maybe I didn't account for another super effective move. Anyways, with no other moves, the rest is easy. I only have one Shedinja alive, but one is all I need. I have 8 badges. Can you believe it? We're almost ready to challenge the Elite Four, but not before we kick some ass. Seriously, he's asleep. One last evil guy before the Elite Four. Kiram's ability denies mine, so any attack will take me down. But there's an oversight that I noticed which made this fight easy. I don't necessarily have to go first. He usually uses Freeze Shock, a 2-turn attack which is an overkill for a level 1 bug, but I'm not complaining. Notice that he has a normal move. Yes, his ability cancels mine, but I'm still a ghost Pokemon and normal attacks won't hit me. That has nothing to do with Wonder Guard. So once I deplete the rest of his attacks, I can take him down safely. The AI, at least in this fight, does not consider my ghost type and would actually use Slash even if it had other moves. That was weird, but it made the fight easier. Kiram is down, now is the real fight. Ghetsis has 3 high priority Pokemon that I need to take down. They have 7 out of the 9 moves that can kill me, so if I take them out, it will be easier. Throughout my gameplay, I realized I can actually maximize my evasion with 2 or 3 Shedinjas. I do however need to change a few things. 3 of my Shedinjas now have Flash, and 2 of those Shedinjas have Bright Powder instead of Quick Claw. Also, one advantage of facing a smart AI is that it recognizes the high threat Pokemon and brings them out first. This works perfectly for me. By the way, did you know if you lose this battle, you can come back and challenge Ghetsis right away? That saved a lot of time. I did not expect it, but after he runs out of Shadow Ball, he switches to Electros. I wanted to take it down anyways, so that was fine. I guess I'll have to worry about his Cofagrigus later. Electros goes down after it attacks itself in confusion. Toxic Rock is next, and not his Hydreigon. His Toxic Rock will prioritize Sucker Punch. This will only attack me if I go for an attacking move, and all AIs that I played against had an issue using this move correctly. This was not an exception, since he has Shadow Ball, but he will more often go for Sucker Punch instead. Finally, his Hydreigon. This thing is his last threat. It fails to attack me and I manage to get it confused. A few turns later, it goes down as he brings out Drapion. With all the threats out of the way, I use Grudge a few times waiting for him to attack me. This makes him useless, and no other Pokemon in his team can attack me except for his Cofagrigus with Toxic, since again it's a status move and Wonder Guard won't help me with those. The AI, however, sees Toxic as a poison attack, so he doesn't count Cofagrigus as an actual counter. As I wait for his Pokemon to slowly die from the burn or poison, getting my evasion up was not a problem and the rest of the fight was easy. Finally, the Elite Four. I destroyed these guys with level 10 Pokemon before, so they are definitely out for revenge. Alright guys, this is it. No matter what happens with that annoying lady behind me, I want you to know I'm proud of you all. Legolas! And action! I'm going to start the Elite Four with what I believe is the easiest to hardest. Caitlyn has 4 super effective moves, and her starting Pokemon is not one of them. Piece of cake. I will take advantage of the free turns that I will get from her switching out, and remove all 4 of her attacks. I have to start by switching Lagging Tail to her Sigilyph. This will make it easier to get rid of his 2 attacks. Once all her moves are down, she doesn't even have a status effect to use against me. So her Metagross, Musharna, Sigilyph, Gothitelle, and Rio Necklace all go down. Next is Marshall. Marshall, experience my wrath. Guys? Please come back. He has a total of 8 moves that can kill me, so if I take out 2 of his high threats, I can go back to using Grudge to take care of the rest. Usually when I battle an opponent, and my plan doesn't go as I want, I don't give up and try with my other Shedinjas, since who knows, things might work out. This was the case here. I failed to use Trick, and my Shedinjas with Flash all die. He actually kills 4 of my team, and I only managed to get 4 Flashes. Not only that, but he even healed his Thra in the process. Surprisingly though, Jacob was able to survive until I raised my evasion to maximum, but that took so long, he ran out of both his super effective moves, and Marshall switched out to his second Pokemon, which happened to be Conkeldurr. That one is interesting. He has the ability Guts, which raises the attack by 50% when the Pokemon has a status condition, and in case the Pokemon is burned, his attack is not lowered. That's why in challenge mode, he has the item Flame Orb. You will see that he's burned, and I'm raising his attack even more with Swagger, but all that backfires as it helps me take him down faster. He once again swaps his Pokemon out before I can kill it and brings Mianshaw next. This one has only one super effective move, but his Suck is still alive, so I can't rely on Grudge yet. In fact, if this Shedinja dies too early, I'm pretty sure this battle is over. Lucario's next. I can't get it poisoned and I don't want to switch to my Shedinja with Will-O-Wisp, but the confusion was enough as he almost takes himself out in 2 hits. His final threat is up. If only he had that one earlier. This was a very rough start, but if I manage to survive this one, I can win the battle. I thought about going for Grudge after getting him poisoned, but he has 2 moves, so it felt like a waste. After it goes down, his 2 remaining Pokemon can't attack me anymore, so that fight is over. This fight showed that I really need to improve on how I take down my opponent's first few Pokemon, and that's what I try to do with Grimsley. His Liepard has Aerial Ace, so I can't depend on Bright Powder, and at first I used Grudge to get rid of him, but I later realized that he can take himself out in 2 hits just with a single swagger, so I focused on that. I also did a few changes for this fight. 1. I went back to Double Team instead of Flash. I realized I have a better chance of sacrificing less Shedinjas this way. I just need to get a significantly better start. 2. I noticed that once I get my evasion to maximum, I only have confusion to delay my opponents, so I decided to replace Grudge for my first Shedinja with Protect. Since the goal here is to change from trying to lower the opponent's PP to stalling until they die from the poison and confusion. Now, between a Pokemon missing its attack, hitting itself in confusion, or completely failing due to Protect, I improved my chances a little bit. Relying on one Shedinja to take down 2 Pokemon made it that after the second Pokemon is dead, I can almost always go back to using Grudge. But I'll still try to go with the max evasion Shedinja and take down as many Pokemon as I can. Just as I was getting excited and believing that maybe this goes so well for me that I take down his whole team with one Shedinja, his Absol takes me down. But at least he's confused and now I have enough Shedinjas to remove the rest of his super effective attacks, so the fight is not lost yet. After using Grudge, and as I expect the swap, I give his Bisharp Lagging Tail, so getting rid of his 2 moves was not a problem. The rest is the same as I take them down with Confusion, Toxic, and Burn. Chantal's first Pokemon has 1 super effective move, well 2, but the AI doesn't know that, not yet at least, because Will-O-Wisp can kill me, but she only acts on it once she runs out of options, including her other Pokemon's super effective moves. I replaced Quick Claw with Bright Powder again, now that the opponent no longer has Aerial Ace. Anything that improves my evasion, I'll take it. Also, I forgot to reset my experience before this fight, and I only noticed it when I was editing the video, sorry about that. Next is her Chandelure, an important Pokemon to take down, but I wish it was her Bayonet because that one is the worst. Chandelure has Fire Blast and Shadow Ball, and I'm glad she decided to go with Fire Blast because it's less accurate, although it is stronger, so I'll give her that. Drifloon is next, again not the Bayonet. I get her confused, poisoned, and a few turns later, it goes down. Finally her Bayonet. This thing has 3 different ways to kill me. I considered switching after getting it confused, but I was too scared to try anything, so I just stayed. I don't want to lose my evasion stat. Luckily things go well and I was able to take it down quickly, you know, for a level 1 at least. 1 more Pokemon and I can't believe it guys, I'm actually defeating her with just a single Shedinja. And I'm dead. Damn it, Shadow Punch bypasses evasion and I did not know that. Quick Claw, anyone? Please? Yes! And I'm still dead. 1 more to go. Please hit yourself, please hit yourself. Problem is, I don't have anything to use against him, but 1 more and he's dead. I love Jacob. Not like that. In a platonic man-to-bug kind of way. Next is the champion.
Stairs.
This fight is not as difficult as the last 3 battles, but the main problem is her Haxorus because of his ability Mold Breaker. If she didn't have that, this battle would have been really easy because she only has 5 super effective moves. Her first Pokemon is Hydreigon, and I start with a different Shedinja here because I don't care about lasting her entire team, I only want to raise my evasion to waste her time. She only has Fire Blast with Hydreigon, that is a 5 PP move, and has a maximum of 8. I don't want to kill her, I just want her to run out of PP so that I can get a free turn from her switch. She won't bring out Haxorus yet, so I have to get rid of all her super effective moves first. Aggron only has Hit Smash. You would think after all my level 1 and level 5 challenges, I would be used to the level differences by now. I'm not. She always goes for Archeops next, and that one has 2 super effective moves, so I use Trick to give it Lagging Tail, then take care of her 2 moves. She only has one more super effective move, and that's with her Draudigon. Alright, so far everything is going as planned. The reason I expected Haxorus to go last is because even though it's the most dangerous Pokemon she has, the AI doesn't know that and focuses on Pokemon with super effective moves, to the point that she doesn't switch out to Haxorus even after I remove her Draudigon's attack, because right now she's assuming that she doesn't have any Pokemon that can hit me. And this is when I use my original Staller to raise my evasion to maximum, then waste time with Swagger and Protect. I still also have Bright Powder because this part right here is what I was waiting for. The problem is, the fight is not over until I kill her Haxorus, and hopefully I managed to get her to use her healing item before he's out. I managed to do that, and after I take down her Draudigon and Lapras, who by the way doesn't have any super effective moves against me, finally comes Haxorus. She misses Outrage as I go for Swagger, then attacks herself the following turn, and from this point on I either go for Protect or Swagger, trying to delay this as much as I can in case she kills me, but she doesn't and I take her down. She still has 3 more Pokemon, Hydreigon, Aggron, and Archeops, but they can't do anything against me, and with that we become the champions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm always looking forward for your comments and feedback. Make sure you follow my channel if you haven't done so already, and see you guys next time. So you're the lady who woke me up, huh?